Hey, so what I wanted to cover today is looking at exporting the product spreadsheet and then adding new products through that spreadsheet. It's a fairly simple process, but there's a few things I just wanted to go over just so it's a little bit easier to upload new products on the fly in the future. So first off, I would say if you want to grab the product sheet, you'll need to export. Most of the time, what I'll do is I'll tag one product and then I'll hit export. That'll give me an option to select one product. Now, if I'm going to edit a collection of products, then obviously I'm going to click the collection or click all products if I want to edit everything at once. If I'm just looking to upload new products, I don't need to add any of these. I can just take an old spreadsheet, clear it, and upload that way. But this is one of the easiest ways just to grab the spreadsheet again. So select one product, you'll click export. I won't do it here, but I'll jump over to the other screen as if we did. It would download the spreadsheet. You can then upload it or open it if you have Excel on your computer. Usually I upload it to Drive and then I'll just open it there. Once you open it, you'll see that you have handle, title, body, and a whole bunch of other columns as you go down the rows here. Handle is going to be the most important column. And what that's going to do, since we only have one product here, let me see if I can scroll up just a little bit. No, it's going to go nuts here. 1 second. Oh, come on. There you go. Well, that's a little bit better. Let me see if I can close this up a bit. Bear with me. Okay, that's a bit better. So what you're going to see is the product handle. It needs to be unique. That's kind of the SKU. It's not the actual SKU. There's another column for that, but it's a product identifier that's going to be unique, and that's what Photoshop uses to find that product in the future. So if you want to add a variant, you'll see that I have a variant underneath here for this product at 24 inches. It's offered in 20 and 24 inches. So the handle is the same. That way, sorry for the hiccups here, but that way Shopify can see that it is the same product. When you give these other options, though, they'll know it's a variant of that product. If you wanted a different product, you just need to change this handle to something unique. So it's not one of the other products you have, but a completely unique title, or handle. And then everything else can be whatever you want to input. It's pretty straightforward from there. I just want to make sure you understood the handle part of things before you move on and try to upload products. If you have the same handle or screw that side up, it'll just upload products, all new, and then it won't add them as variants if you wanted that option. So title, you've got body, you can just copy and paste from another body or another product if you'd like. Otherwise, adding the body is pretty straightforward. You just add it in HTML. If you don't want to add it in HTML, you can just add the body in just regular text, and you can then see once it uploads, you can modify it by making it bold or whatever the case may be, however you want to lay out the text. Beyond that, vendor, you can add that. Type is just, what type you've chosen for this product. In this case, it's hair extensions. Tags, you want to separate tags with commas. Outside of that, just a comma and a space, and you can put as many tags as you want. Published is just, again, whether the product's published or not, pretty straightforward. All products you want published unless you don't want the public to see them. So I'd leave that as true. Now we get into the options. And so what we're looking at here are variant options. If you have variants of products, like you do in this case, size is one of the options. So you'd put option name, which is size. Shopify only allows certain options, meaning you need to get them right. Size, length, weight. There's a few other things, I think. So look at Shopify's help files to find out what those are, but they're pretty straightforward. Color is another one. So you can guess for the most part as well. But option 1, option 2, option 3, if you want to add more than that, you can just copy the columns and paste them and then call it option 4, option 5, and so on. I think they allow only a max of 5 options, but I could be wrong there. So usually no one needs over 1 to 3, or no one needs over 3, but most products are around 1 to 2 options. Option value, pretty straightforward, would just be whatever the value is of that option. And that's it. You just continue down the line. Variant SKU is another one. If you want to add a SKU, you can. It's optional. Some products people like to run with a SKU. Sometimes people like to just run off the handle that Shopify provides, or rather that you provide to Shopify as a unique handle. You can use that as a SKU as well. As long as you can easily identify your products and ship them out to customers, you're good to go. Variant grams, Shopify weighs everything in grams ultimately, even though it may show other weights. So you want to give whatever your products are in grams. Beyond that, inventory, variant inventory. This is just, again, the inventory of the variant. Who's supplying it? Shopify is handling the inventory. Let me see if it gives the full title here. Yeah, inventory tracker. So just who's tracking inventory. Inventory policy. There's nothing there. If you had a separate inventory policy, I believe that's where it would go. I'm a little unclear on these last ones, but most of these are just defaulted by Shopify. Outside of that, you've got variant price, variant compare price. So here's where you're going to put your price. And then here is where you're going to put the compare at price. So if you were running a sale, this would be the sale price in column T. And then you put the normal price in column U. If you don't want to run a sale, then you just put the same pricing in both columns. So 279 and 279 you can do. Otherwise, you see that this column is 0. If you have it as 0, by default, most Shopify themes will just display the normal price in column T here. Some Shopify themes will display both. So a lot of times, just as a good default, you want to make sure you copy this and make sure both columns have the same dollar amount if you want to make, not have a sale. If you do want a sale, again, just drop the amount. Let's see. Variant requires, what is this? Oh, shipping. True. If your products don't require shipping, obviously that would be false. Are they taxable? True. All these features you can change in Shopify if you get them wrong. So don't hesitate to just fill these columns in and then change them later if you need to. But just so we go over them, again, it's pretty straightforward. True is a yes, false is a no. Try to keep everything capitalized just for readability later on. Outside of that, variant barcode, very few products have barcodes anymore for online inventory. But if you barcode your local inventory or merge it with your online inventory, barcoding can be pretty handy. Outside of that, the last step that I wanted to cover last two steps are covering the image. And the image source itself is actually the file location in Shopify. So what you'll first need to do if you're going to upload products is you want to upload the product images to Shopify. And you can do that by simply going down to, I believe it's online store and preferences. Give it a second here. Oh, nope, I'm completely wrong. It is all the way down at the bottom here. Let me see if I can move this. Settings is where you want to go. And then you want to go down to files. And once you click files, you'll be able to upload files many as you want. So this is my site, but you can upload files to your site just on the fly, wherever they may be. Once you get the files, you'll see this URL right here, and you'll just click it once, Control-C to copy it, and then Control-V to paste it, or you can do it with a mouse, and you'll paste that URL right here in the image source. You don't need to do it for the variant if the variant is going to use the same image. If you want a different image for the variant, then you'll put a different image file URL right in the variant on the same line as the variant. You can see number 3 here was our variant for this same product. So we're using this same image across all variants. So you don't need to fill it in. Again, sorry, bear with me. I'm a little tired here making this video at the end of the day. Image position is just which position the images are going to go in order, just as you'd view them in Shopify. So if this is going to be our main image, then it's image position 1. If you want to use more images, say you didn't have variants and you just had this single product, but you wanted to add quite a few images to that one product, maybe different angles of view, whatever the case may be, you'd put image or position 2, position 3, position 4, and then go ahead and put the different URLs here in the image source. Again, this would be if you did not have a variant. If you wanted to use a different a different image for the variant, I don't believe you have to put image position for any variant images, but you may just want to test it. It'll kick it back and let you know if I'm incorrect. You may just want to put image position 1 as well. And then that should put both in at the first image for the variant and then the first image for the main product. And again, if you want to just run all variants and the main product off the same image, you're good to go with just the one image URL. Image position, image alt text. If you want to add your SEO, you can do that right in here in the same spreadsheet. Add your SEO title, description, and alt text. The alt text I would add, but the SEO title and description, Shopify will add automatically based on your title and description. So you don't need to necessarily add them here, but again, you can. These other columns I'll leave for now, but if you get into Google Shopping, you're going to want to fill these out. You can basically build your Google Shopping feed right here in this same Shopify template, which really saves you a lot of time and money down the road if you're going to run Google Shopping ads right off of your Shopify page. So something to think about for the future, but outside of that, you don't really need to cover it right now. It's not a necessity for any products unless you're running Google Shopping ads. Variant weight units. So this is just telling you what type or what unit you're going to display to the customer for the weights. In this case, we're using pounds. So you just put LB. If you were using grams, you'd use the shorthand for that, which is what, GM, or I forget. But whatever the shorthand is for your unit of measure, you'd put that here. And then same variant tax code, cost per item. So if you want to put cost per item, you could put that there, and then Shopify would help you run reports down the road about how much profit you actually made per product. It's kind of a nice upgrade feature that they've added over the years. They didn't used to have it. So I really like the cost per item line. And again, putting it in on the spreadsheet is pretty handy. The tax code, I'm not 100% sure what this column is, but I believe it is just what tax code you're in. So I believe each part of I'm not sure if it's just the United States or if each different region of the United States has a different tax code abbreviation or short code, but you can check with Shopify if you're interested in that. I would always leave it blank. I just, add those features later on at a per product or store-wide basis if I need to for taxes. I think I've covered just about everything. So yeah, just basically plugging in your information, making sure that all variants have the same handle. So each product has its own unique handle, and then each variant has the same handle as the product and is just one line below it. Once you do that, Shopify will know, okay, these variants go with these products, and they'll upload all together. Once you get everything set in your spreadsheet, you'll download it if you're on Drive, or you'll just save it if you're on Excel on your computer, and go right back to the store products page. Give it a second to load here, and we'll just click import, and we'll choose replace any current products that have the same handle. If you're editing products, you'll want to click this. If you're not editing products and you're adding new products, I would uncheck it. That way you don't accidentally override any old products if you forget to change out this handle or get it wrong and maybe accidentally put a handle of an old product or an existing product rather. If you leave this unchecked, then it just won't upload that product and it won't upload those changes. So just as a default and kind of an extra setting, I'd leave that off unless you're editing existing products. If you're editing existing products, you want to check this box when you upload your spreadsheet, and it will override the old product with the same handle, any product with the same handle, with the new information that you've added on your spreadsheet. Outside of that, just choose a file, click, check or uncheck this box depending on what you're doing, and then click upload. And what it'll do is it'll give an example of how the information's laying out, and you'll just review the information really quickly. It's just sample information. So if it looks a little bit off, I wouldn't worry about it. Click upload. And if there are any errors in your information, Shopify will kick the the spreadsheet back, so you don't have to worry about uploading anything, completely screwy. And it'll just tell you, hey, look, there's an error. It usually tells you what the error is, and then you can fix it from there. If there aren't any errors, it'll just tell you, okay, your products are importing now, and it'll have a little dialog box up that'll look similar to this. Once they're done uploading, the box will close, or you can close it and they'll continue uploading in the background. If you have any other questions, I know this is kind of long and a bit rambling. I'm into the day here, so I hope you got through it okay. But again, if you have any questions, give me a shout. I'm here anytime. Thanks.